Anyway, guys, enough with the corporate stuff. Let's get down to true news, all right? We're all here for a good time. Eddie Hearn.
Thanks for using us.
Us.
Me.
Yeah,
I could commentate at the fight, whatever.
Yeah.
Are you seeing the petition?
No, I've not.
I'll put the link in the description.
Sure, put the link down there. You guys, yeah. I saw the headlines in all the newspapers. Chubby funster True Geordie turns up to host the press conference. Motormouth True Geordie.
I've got a new Instagram, by the way. True Geordie Official.
But it's spelt Lozcast.
No, it definitely isn't.
Oh.
It isn't. He's got, what, you got 70?
78, just over 78.
I've only got about 30, so if we could sort that out, because there's no way this chump can have more followers than me. Can we sort that out?
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, absolutely.
Follow, click the link.
Off we go, guys.
See ya.
Get this loser more followers.
London, how you doing? Yeah, I just want to know who you're out supporting tonight. Who's supporting Logan Paul?
Eddie Hearn's supporting a 5-year-old's birthday party. Who's supporting Logan Paul then, everyone? I'm going to make some balloons turn into animals. I got to be honest, he was a lovely guy when you met him, but...
Mate, he's fucking tall, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was
That's
the same
one
height
thing.
as you, yeah.
Eddie Hearn is tall as fuck. He's like 6'5".
What about Jake Paul in the place?
I thought you guys would shut up now since I beat Deji's ass. Y'all are still mad, huh?
I didn't actually hear that.
I didn't hear that either, yeah.
You couldn't hear a lot. This is all going to be kind of new to me because even on stage, people are screaming so loud, you can't hear a fucking thing. Like, half of the answers, I was like, just looking at their lips going, when he finishes, I'm just going to ask another question and I hope that he answered it well.
Yeah.
Find out later.
Yeah.
Let it out! Let it out!
I love how Leon's reaction to that was just to go, nah!
You can tell Leon is not a YouTuber, but that's why it's so perfect.
Exactly.
To introduce the fighter, no need for me, we're going to bring up a special guest to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, a big London round of applause for True Geordie.
London, what the fuck is up? They told me not to swear. Sorry, Sky, but this is how I run things.
The Sky guy at the side just going,
Oh, fuck.
I forgot why we didn't work with working class people.
Yeah. Oh, no.
They say a lot of funny words.
I'd had a lot to drink by the time I got on stage.
It's fair to say Brian had enabled himself quite a lot by the time
Well,
he
you
got
wouldn't
out there.
enable her. You kept pouring it. What, half a bottle of whiskey?
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing to brag about, Brian, and a drinking problem isn't something fun.
It's not a problem, mate.
No.
Clearly, I pissed this.
Yeah, quite literally. They did actually drug test him afterwards.
The crowd were fucking loud
Yeah.
up there. So, like, and I'd like to say, did get quite a loud cheer. So thank you to everyone who was giving me that love. Appreciate it. There was one guy who tweeted out his reaction. He was watching during the live show. And do you know, like, because you never actually see fans of you reacting to what you do.
Yeah.
I love this kid. His name is The Gamer Reacts. Shout
Yeah.
True Geordie!
out. My guy.
No way!
Yes.
Yes, way.
Fucking got him!
Yeah. It's like some sort of Charizard in a pack. You've opened you up and he's like, yes, you got True Georgie. He's wearing glasses, you're wearing glasses, you throw yours away. Why doesn't he throw his away? He was cool. He was a nice kid.
That made me. Oh, I do have fans.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, someone does like me. for more than
Fantastic.
Just the, yeah.
Coming to the stage,
Yeah.
the Maverick, Logan Paul!
After seeing Logan backstage, I just couldn't help but think, wow, he is like a lot bigger than JJ. Like,
Yeah.
and obviously, by the time they weigh in for the fight, that size difference won't be as dramatic. But
Yeah.
it just fucking shocked us.
You sat down afterwards in the dressing room and just went, he looks huge. I was like, wow. And he does look
Need to
big.
show me his penis.
Yeah.
I've seen the DMs, Brian.
Yeah, no one thought that.
The guy's been working out. Simple. Credit to Sky and that the production, I can't really complain, other than me not being able to hear myself for the fucking fans. Because I've done this a few times now, I just felt so fucking calm. There was no nerves. Half the bottle of whiskey might help that, but there was nothing. I was just like, I'm in control here. The mistakes I've made in the past, or all the experience has just put us in that position now where I could do this every week.
Eddie was loving it as well, wasn't? That's what I liked about it. Eddie
didn't
wasn't
see Eddie.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
So what I liked was that Eddie was quite supportive of you. interview. So
really?
afterwards, obviously, he said, "Oh, I'd love to." He did it like I couldn't do it, and I was like, "Oh, well done, Eddie. You've got him." But it was also like he was at the back of it, like, "Yeah, I've made the right decision. I've got the right guy."
Yeah.
Like,
it feels like a project that I've watched grow. So being a part of it, just a little bit, is nice.
here he comes, dressed as a Frenchman.
That tash, weirdly, like he kind of suits it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He actually looks great. He looks a little bit like the bad guy from Lovely Bones.
I think just he looks like a bad guy generally. That's what I thought was a good thing for him.
The reigning, defending YouTube champion of the world, the Nightmare, KSI!
But yeah, probably just
Can't use that. But
can't use that.
Can't
Fucking-
use it. But
yeah.
it was a good little entrance music. He came out with a puppy.
That is a lovely gesture for him to bring out a little dog and just sort of bring in the younger audience. Look, I've got a little puppy with me for the press conference.
It's supposed to represent Logan's dead dog that was eaten by a coyote. Luckily, they told me because I thought if they erupt and this is you know what I mean?
Yeah, otherwise you would have had to hold some people back.
Yeah.
Logan would have kicked the dog. And
I thought it would get under Logan's skin, but it didn't actually affect him.
well, no, it seems like there's a leak in KSI's camp because let me show you these folks. These are the dog treats that Logan Paul bought for the dog. Someone told. Who's the snitch, Eddie?
Snitches get stitches.
I'm just saying, if you guys want
I'm
to
pretty
win...
sure it was Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah. Imagine he's in court going, and JJ's going to take a dog up on stage with him, and everyone's like, what?
Okay.
Do you want to try one?
No, mate. Can we watch the fucking press conference?
Hey, can we get the dog off the stage?
I was relieved when the dog got off because I was like, how can I fucking ask questions at this point? This is mental.
Yeah, it was really unusual.
I didn't really factor in how just weird this was going to be to start off with.
They say don't work with children or animals. So
yeah, that was thing. Yeah, because what you don't want is a dog shitting everywhere.
Yeah, I did see the dog when it came off stage. The dog was fine. The owner was at the side. She was more than happy. I was right there. KSI was lovely. He was like, oh, thank you very much. Just hands it off.
No dogs were hurt in the making of this press conference.
Well, no, they kicked the weird thing is they kicked the dog around backstage afterwards. But during the
But that was
making of
after the
this,
press
yeah,
conference.
absolutely,
Forget about during.
You're gonna regret taking this fight, KSI.
Hey, shut up. You know you're Mr. Let's Go Champ. Let's go Champ, right?
Exactly.
Hey, yo, let's fuck that whole line up. Let's go Trump. Let's go Trump. Let's go Trump.
Yeah, Trump 2020, guys. Come on.
Donald Trump watching home going, finally a supporter.
Finally, a black guy who likes me. Am I right?
Tell you a thesaurus so you can learn some new
It's a
words.
dictionary.
Have fun with that. Learn some new words, man.
Yo,
KSI
thanks,
was
champ.
reading the dictionary.
Thanks, champ. I only needed to know 3 words.
Turns out-
Let's go, champ.
Oh, wow. That's actually a really good reply. I only need 3 words. It's difficult when ordering dinner, but, let's go, champ. Pain? Pain? Yes.
I let this go for a bit, but I was a little bit concerned at the way Logan was like posturing there. I was like, is this guy going to make a dart for like, you know what I mean?
I might kill this man. I might kill this man. Y'all may not know, but JJ's on his 5th abortion. His 5th. That's 5 babies dead. And I think I'm gonna return the favor, and I might kill you, man.
Good line, to be fair. As much as it probably isn't true or whatever, like the way JJ sort of reacted to that when you were on stage, I felt like it landed.
Same question to Logan. What did you find out about JJ in that last fight?
Man's a dog. I'll give you that.
I didn't realize I actually did way better than all of the last
Yeah.
press.
Like, it's what you've really got to zoom in on here. Eddie just going, fucking hell. Wow. Look at this guy. Look, he's got a set of bollocks on him, that guy.
You need the respect of these 2 lads to actually just keep them from not just screaming at each other.
What's really weird about it is they don't... Well, they clearly respect Eddie, but they didn't show any of that respect in the last press conference. Eddie's sitting there with all these balloon animals in his pocket going, fucking hell, to think I was doing a 5-year-old's birthday party last time. This guy.
Question for JJ. Coming into this fight, what is your biggest strength going in against Logan?
My biggest strength is my actual strength.
That's brilliant. My biggest strength is my actual strength. Under strengths, you put strength.
To be fair though, he's making logical sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely,
But
yeah.
I know what you mean.
I remember I hit
you
you
say it again?
right in the stomach and you literally went, ooh! Literally, in my ear, I could hear you saying, yo, no, not now, not like this, not like this.
That's a good line.
That's good.
I heard that on stage and I was like, oh, that is a good line.
Good line.
Same question for Logan. What is your biggest strength coming into this fight?
I know how to box now. Surprise! Turns out I'm pretty fucking good when you give me more than 3 months.
That's really good.
That was good.
Yeah.
As well. He's had so much more time. I believed it. I
18
thought,
months.
You must have improved so much since that
Yeah.
last fight. I'm expecting Logan to be way better in this fight.
What he's also saying is, I didn't really know how to box
Well,
before.
yeah, because he only had a matter of 2-3 months or whatever before the last one. Now he's had over a year. So when I'm looking at him there, I'm thinking, I believe everything you say there. And
Yeah.
whoever's going to win we're still yet to really break that down. But I believe what he's saying there when he says he knows how to box and he's coming in a much better boxer.
Just seeing this image here is like a before and after on one of those Subway
Thank you,
commercials.
cunt. Cheers.
He ain't been relevant for how long? This t-shirt, my friend, that's for you. And you know what, Leon, pass the bag. Pass the bag. We got more. We got more. We got more.
The only thing Vidal could do. The only thing Vidal could do.
Break the situation down for me like this. As the biggest guy closest to these two people, are you thinking, I could break this up?
At this point, I'm thinking the man with the most first-round knockouts in heavyweight history is on my left, and Vidal Riley, who's probably going to be a cruiserweight champion of the world, is on my right, and they're throwing things at each other.
Yeah.
And if it does break out into a fight, I'm pretty sure I'm fucked.
Yeah. Not only that, but for some weird reason, Leon and Vidal both look relatively fearless in this scenario.
They're
weirdly.
laughing like children.
Leon's literally throwing T-shirts at a man who his only job for years was to put people to sleep.
With 3 wins, with 3 wins in your life, with only fighting 3 times as a professional, I don't care. Man, you could get naked, mother. Listen, only fighting 3 times in your life. How?
5
in
years.
your life do you think
Even
you
the
can stand up to
coaches are
me?
getting in on it.
Actually, Shannon's actually making like some good points there in terms of trying to question Vidal's credibility. Obviously, in reality, we know Vidal's like a British amateur champion and has been boxing since he was fucking 2 months old or whatever.
Young, yeah.
So he doesn't know that. So that's his way of like going, oh, well, you've only had 3 fights, yada, yada, yada.
It does sound worse coming from a guy who has been the heavyweight world champion.
No,
as well.
it's a good job. It's a good statement. Do you know what I mean? To try and prove a point. And I think Logan's team were better in this than in any press conference they've done yet. Basically, the British humour has just overwhelmed them in the past. Like Vidal and JJ are so good at taking the piss, but I think they brought their A game to this one. And can I just say, I look good there. Look at the. Whoever wins this fight, Logan or JJ, you know their coach is going to storm the ring and be like really gloating in the other one's face. Yeah,
Absolutely love it.
This rivalry now between Shannon and Vidal is making the fight even more fun.
Yeah.
He's trying to get famous off me. But the good news is Logan gonna knock his out.
By the way, you just silenced previous heavyweight world champion by going, all right.
Yeah, but well, yeah,
Casual at this
I had
point.
to though.
Yeah, we're all friends here.
I don't mean to be a prick.
Yeah, Eddie's literally looking at you going, fucking hell, I'd suck his dick right now.
What are the main changes that you've made since the last fight?
That's a great question, Jordy. I'll use my mic now. There's one change.
That's actually really
Logan
funny.
has such comic timing.
That's so
doesn't he?
funny. I will use my mic now.
No, but
that's
he
a
does
really
little
good
things
line.
where like he is just a showman. It's
Yeah,
so funny.
Yeah, that was very funny.
I'm gonna win.
You were
Next
able-
question.
Wow.
That was hard. That was hard work for me at that point. I was like,
Next
oh.
question.
So he didn't really answer that question, like what changes have you made? So I basically was like, I'm going to follow this up and actually force you to answer this here.
Smart.
You were able to land a jab early on in the last fight, but you couldn't make it count enough. What are those differences? How are you going to make that count this time?
Yo, I didn't know what I was doing last year. Now I know what I'm doing.
Show me
I'm
then.
gonna slap you in the face with a fish, bro.
I mean, no.
A
Well, I'm
fish,
gonna
bro.
punch you in the face.
That's a really good reply. Yeah. This is the best press conference that these two have done by a long
yeah,
way.
it was the one that bordered on like a regular boxing press conference, as well as these two being the entertainers they are. The little funny moments when he's like, "I'm gonna slap you with a fish," and
Yeah.
Jade is like, "I'm gonna punch you in the face."
It's good though.
Hey, you want Gib?
Oh, you want Gib?
Hey, yo, where's Big Gibber?
Big Gib.
Hey, where's
Gibbo
Big
is
Gibber?
coming to the stage.
Hey,
Jake stands up straight away.
Eddie Hearn's loving it.
Oh,
He saw
Eddie's
Gibb.
like, let's just keep this fucking going.
Eddie Hearn's loving it at this point. He's like, you want to do the balloon animals too?
hey, bring him up.
We've got Gibbo coming to the stage.
Bring him up. Bring him up. Whoa, whoa.
With his big ass nose.
By the way, credit to the security. They were out there in like a snap.
The security did well.
Yeah, really good.
The guys that both of these lot know, where are they from? Because I've met Eddie Hall. He was the world's strongest man. I wasn't that much smaller than him. I was like, you're the world's strongest man. I'm not that much smaller than you. These guys, like, I mean, this guy is really tall, but I'm talking about some of the other guys in the back. You're like, are you even fucking human?
Are we
You
the
look like
same
a fucking,
species?
These
Like,
guys look
yeah.
like half dinosaur. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, David Icke might have a point about this reptilian thing, but
Yeah.
he's just not looking in the right place. Stop looking at the royal family. Look at the security.
Any security or bodyguards,
Right.
David? If you could, that'd be fantastic.
You're like Pinocchio. I can't see you.
scared.
Got your nose. Got your nose.
Fucking scared.
You got a big ass nose.
Jake Paul, question for Jake Paul.
This is the moment I was like, I'm going to fucking put the pressure on Jake a little bit and get an answer out of him here.
Or Boy George.
I mean, this is an interviewer. This is what you got to do, isn't it? You got to
Right.
put these questions to them.
Gibbo says that you're scared to fight him. Will you fight Gibbo?
110%. This man is 5'8", got tired in 5 minutes in his last fight. He's a joke.
That means Jake's been looking at the footage, though. He's been studying him. He's been really considering this.
Look at the footage that I haven't seen.
Yeah, I think that fight is going to happen now.
I hope so.
Getting a little bit out of control. Got to bring it back now. Got to bring it back.
Yeah, you and Eddie's going, bring it back now, Brian, bring it back. I don't have to get the balloon animals out.
I just said, Logan, can you sit your fucking brother down, mate?
Wow.
Appreciate that, though, because you kind of need the teams to help me out
yeah.
a little bit there.
Question for Logan. This fight is in LA. Last time you were in the UK.
I did really well to pull that back from where it was a fucking. I'm not big on myself, but a little bit big myself, because if this had happened last year when Gibbo would come on stage, that's where the whole press conference would have probably ended.
Yeah.
It would have just gotten out of control.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be naughty, bro. No, it'll be bad. I'm gonna give a wet willy to your belly button, bro.
Wow. Wow.
I did not hear that.
No.
It's such a weird.
Such a weird thing to say. Also, because if you're wearing boxing gloves, it's impossible to give a wet willy.
Hey, let's
Guys,
go.
relax.
Hey, let's go.
Don't do it.
Hey,
Don't
yo,
do it, guys. Chill out, y'all. Chill, champ.
Hey, you got no fans. Hey,
You got no fans.
That's what I love about it.
I love that he actually used that.
You feel different coming into this fight mentally.
Yeah, I feel much different, Jordy. That's a great question. Here's the difference. I have a mustache now, and I look good.
As weird as Logan is, I feel like his confidence is winning him this exchange.
This was almost a character that he's embodied and just come out on stage and gone, I'm just going to say whatever the hell I want. I don't have to take any of it seriously. I love it.
But the fact that he kind of just sometimes, like, he answered questions, but he wasn't really answering. He was just going off in that direction.
I have a mustache now, not really an answer.
I think it worked actually really well for him.
Yeah.
That is so weird, but so fucking funny.
Also unusual because he picked out the right camera to look straight down the lens.
Fair play.
Yeah. Then it was face-off time. What were your thoughts during the face-off?
If there'd be anyone who was noticeably like rattled, because going back to like JJ versus Joe Weller, for example, you could sort of feel that JJ was so much more confident. I just wanted to say if there was a clear person who's the most confident out of the two. When they faced off, JJ instantly grew in confidence out of nowhere, and I was like, and he just started talking shit, and then Logan didn't speak as much. It was like the roles had reversed out in a flash.
Just casually chatting with Eddie Hearn there now. That's you just there, just going, hey, I want to go for a drink after this, eh? Eddie's like,
going down a pub, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
I was actually saying, do you want me to break this up? Yeah.
Okay.
The longer they stand there, the more likely it becomes that someone's going to do something. Basically.
Logan Paul, everyone.
That was kind of cool what he did there, though. Both of them were quite cool.
I think Logan knew it had gone better for him than the previous ones had. I don't think JJ had a bad performance. I just think Logan did better than he's done previously.
So Logan will be buoyed by that.
Yeah.
How do you think JJ will
I think
feel
this is like a great confidence booster for Logan.
Whereas JJ just needs to remain calm. He was at home. The crowd did most of his chanting.
Yeah, I felt like JJ definitely won the first press conference, and I'd say Logan edged this press conference. Confidence was on a 10.
Yeah.
You'd say JJ was maybe a 9. You know, it wasn't like a much difference, but I just felt like Logan edged it.
9.5. Yeah. Moving on boxing news. Fuzi had a, what do we call it?
Boxing match?
I don't think it was that in the end.
I think Fuzi, if he knew anything about boxing, would be actually really good. Now, I know that might sound mad. He's got heart. He's a pretty strong guy, you know, he's pretty athletic. I don't feel like he's been taught how to box. But then I've got it on a good authority that his coaches are actually decent. I just don't understand what happened here, but let's...
Let me tell you, I've never seen such an intense look in my life than I've seen on Yusuf's face.
The commentary sounds like it's done on a walkie-talkie.
Yeah. This is so bad. Imagine if the whole of True News was just us in between perfectly audio clips just going, put your bull fucking shit. It's unwatchable.
Here we go. Oh, he's straight in there.
Fuzi has got actual power. Like, he's a big, strong kid.
Yeah.
He just doesn't know how to use it at all. So he went out there, blew his load in about 20 seconds, and it was all...
We've all done it.
We've all been there,
Yeah.
figuratively and literally.
You just have to be ready for round 2, which I'm not sure Fuzi was.
Give us half an hour. It doesn't work in between rounds. Give us half an hour, love.
Yeah, when the referee came over, he went, seriously, darling, I can't go again. And he was like, no, mate, you've got to.
No, like, you literally have to. You will be disqualified.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. A lot of girlfriends I hear do say that to their boyfriends.
Oh, great left hand from Slim. Great right and a left again. Right and a left. Left, right.
He's actually doing the cheat code for GTA 2009. left, right, triangle.
All he had to do to win this fight, realistically, because Slim, this guy is no disrespect to him, but he's not great either. He just had to cut the ring off and smack him one in the fucking bread basket, and then go up top, and he would have won this fight quite easily.
Yourself, Fuzi. Defend yourself. He's just refusing to look after himself.
Remember Resident Evil? Mm-hmm. And like 28 days later, the zombies.
Yeah.
Fuzzy just reminds me of like,
oh, coming for you.
One of them.
Yeah,
you know
but with
I mean?
a cold.
I actually admire the guy's heart. Like,
Hugely.
to take that many punches in the head and keep coming forward. Fair play. This is what I'm saying. If he knew anything, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Towels in.
Fuzi's a beaten man.
He still throws 2 punches after, which isn't very sportsmanlike. But he has won, and let's be honest, he's won quite easily there.
People in Yemen, who this is the charity for, were watching this and going, those poor people.
Was that the worst fight I've ever seen? Yeah.
Do you think?
Probably the worst fight I've ever seen. In terms of quality of fighting.
Right, I get what you're saying.
The worst fight I've ever seen.
Fair enough. Yeah.
However, credit to Fuzzy, he's got heart. That's the type of heart you got to have and determination when you try and convince the world, like, Drake's coming to your party. And that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That, no wonder he went with that.
Yeah.
Because to him, he's like, yeah, I'll take risks. If Drake doesn't show up, it's fine. If I get punched in the face, whatever.
I made all the
That's
money.
how he lives his life. Like, risks to Fuzi are just another day. Fuzi's the type of guy who would just do like a parachute jump in the plane and then just use a backpack.
Yeah,
do you know what I
exactly,
mean? And
yeah.
be like, I'm sure I'll be all right. But you actually need a parachute in the backpack,
So,
mate. It's same, innit? It's the same.
What's in the backpack? Well, I've got my bed sheets.
Yeah.
Right,
Probably.
I've probably got my bed sheets.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, that looks like a pillowcase, Fuzi. Same thing.
So, UFC fighter and former podcast guest of True Geordie, Michael Bisping, has revealed that he'd been fighting for a lot of his career. We don't know how long, but we know not long ago he won a fucking UFC title with one eye. He got his head kicked by a juiced up Vitor Belfort and had an injured eye for a long time, and there was this big deal made about how bad the eye was. Secretly fighting with one eye because the UFC wouldn't have allowed him to fight if they'd known that. And what that means is his depth perception, judging punches, all of that would have been massively affected. But this man was so tough, he won a middleweight title with one fucking eye, and he's proven it on his podcast.
Amazing. Let's watch.
Look at this, baby boys.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
The man gave an eye up to the sport, man.
Yeah.
That is like uncomfortable. I feel, because I like love this fighter. Like, I've watched him like for years, and I was like, oh, you poor bastard. Like, you fought that many killers that you've ended up losing a fucking eye.
Losing an eye is one thing, but losing an eye to someone that you know has done something to get ahead in the
he was
game,
cheating.
that can put a lot of men under almost, because they think, why has the world been so harsh on me? Why have I had this injustice? Instead of letting it get him down, this guy has literally come back and used that as a fuel.
Well, weirdly, Vitor Belfort was sort of a victim of getting in the UFC as well, because his sister was kidnapped. They never got her back, and she disappeared basically. So like,
that's really sad.
When you become a cage fighter, like, there's just a lot to consider.
There's a certain kind of crazy
Logan Paul's
shit.
talking about joining the UFC.
Yeah.
Maybe just...
Yeah, we don't want to see Jake kidnapped.
Yeah.
Especially not as I imagine the kidnappers ultimately would be like, we can't take it anymore, have him back. Yeah.
Tyson Fury has been in the WWE recently, squaring off against this wrestler called Braun Strowman.
It's a real name.
That isn't his real name. They definitely thought of that for a while, because it is sort of character. 20 years ago, they had Stone Cold Steve Austin and Iron Mike Tyson facing off, and they're trying to sort of recreate that with these two. And honestly, it's just not as good.
That's because it was Iron Mike Tyson, a man who you couldn't predict what he was going to say.
Well, he'd literally just got out of prison.
Yeah.
So he was like the world's most feared man at that point.
And Tyson Fury is actually kind of like a really good guy now.
He's actually like quite likeable and comedic. They've been doing stuff in the ring. We can't show because WWE, they just copyright strike everything. But I'm worried because he didn't look great in his last fight, Fury. He looked good enough to win, but not the best Fury.
Yeah.
And then he's pissing around in the WWE. And I get it. It's part of building his profile in America. Leave this for after your career. Does that mean...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't do a Conor McGregor.
I remember Mayweather did this at one point where he did a WWE thing.
And everyone was
at
like...
that point, he was sort of retired and he was just cashing in.
Also,
fair play.
Who's he going to fight? Rey Mysterio?
Yeah, I mean, he punched the Big Show. It was ridiculous. So yeah, I'm a bit like... I just want to see him training hard and being the best. But I'd love to get Tyson on the podcast. That if he wants to build his profile, maybe someone could reach out to him. All right, that's the end of True News this week. A big shout out to KSI, Logan Paul, Eddie Hearn, all the lads for having me on the press conference. Really enjoyed it. It was good.
You did good.
No, it's done.
I'll give you that.
About time. I mean... 4th time's the charm or something like that.
Yeah, we'll say that with the commentary as well.
Don't forget to follow me, new Instagram, True Geordie Official, and also like and subscribe. And if you want, you can follow Lawrence as well, whatever.
Sure.
Look, just do the main things first.
Main things.
And see you later.
He's gone.